Hello, hello.
Why, hello, everyone.
Hi.
It's that time again for our most bestest of live streams. No, we love all our live streams. We're not.
I
don't know. This is actually pretty
This
good. I think this is our.
is
It is
this
pretty
is
hot.
pretty
Party
good.
Llamas is great, but
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Okay, so we're back with another episode of Roll for Drama as like a little refresh of what we did last time. We created a gay supernatural cop show. Here is the poster. Investigation unknown. There's actually 4 posters for anyone who's not on our Discord where we put all these. That's the first one. The second one, there were lesbians too, baby. There was a secondary gay couple, and then these weren't lesbians, but they were evil and murdered. So we're back. We're back. We're back again, and we're here to do a completely new drama. Now we actually, and by we I mean Natalia, actually remembered to update the doc. Thank you. Yeah, they're pretty good. I actually remembered to like update the doc that I said I was going to do for last time and then forgot. I didn't forget. So we have new options, new things happening in Roll for Drama. We're developing it as we go. So, and they did the wrong one, of course, because it always does. Nope, that's also the wrong one. Oh, Jesus. Natalia, get it together. Get it together, Natalia.
Okay, here we go.
There we go. So we're going to start, as per usual, with what... This has not changed. This is still the same. Where we will be rolling a d6 to decide the style and length of our drama. So... Dun, dun, dun. We're back with the ladies and the dice tower. D6, let's go. 6. What is 6 again? We're doing a 20 episode. Okay.
Jam-packed. Okay.
A 20 episode drama. That's not too bad. And now, this is where we started up. The things started getting changed. We added a bunch of
we only had a few.
Yeah, we only had 6 before, and then we were like, wait a second. We can do more. So these are our settings. So we're doing the settings before the genre. We're really like mixing it up. Okay. So what are our settings going to be today? Let's roll that D12. Okay, which one's the D12? Now Natalia has to remember. I believe it's this one. Okay.
3.
All right, we're on Jeju, baby. Okay. All right.
Okay, this works. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, beachy vibe. Good for summer. Good for summer.
Yeah.
All right, so we need 2 genres. Now, the dice. Listen, I was a little concerned, okay? Because
hello.
Hey Jade, welcome. Because it's been too generous to us. And I was like, maybe it's my dice. So I rolled earlier today. I took my D20 and I rolled it like 9 times in a row and got a different number every time.
Thank you.
So I don't think it's the dice. I think the dice gods were just being kind to us these past episodes.
Slice of life on Jeju would be nice.
Oh, it would be pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
But the dice will decide. All right. So someone remember these numbers.
20.
Baby, we did it again. We don't remember. You know what it means? This means it's gay 3 times in a row. Okay?
That's so funny.
Dice love us. Okay. All right. So, okay, we need 2 new genres.
Nice for the gays.
7 and 5. What do we
7 and 5.
got?
7 and 5.
5
Sci-fi.
tragic. Oh, a tragic romance, and it's sci-fi again. Okay. A sci-fi tragic romance on a gay sci-fi tragic romance on Jeju Island. That the dice really said, "Girl, we got you." This is just us creating the best gay dramas that have never.
The dice is just like, I know you're gonna make it gay anyway.
Yeah, so I'll just give it to you. All right, so. Whoa, skip. All right, here we go. Every time we do this, we do replace the actors we've already used, so it's not just the same people.
Mhm.
So, all right, we need our two main actors. Let's see who we making kiss. 7 and 10. Let's see who we
7
got.
and 10.
We got. Oh, baby, this is a wild.
All right.
I only just saw the
Okay.
second one.
This is the best drama ever.
It's already the best drama.
All right,
Just shut it
talk
down.
about
Just
what
shut it
happened while I begin.
We peaked.
While I begin the classic, Natalia makes questionable graphics. Oh, the dice god said yes. The dice god said absolutely
Wow.
this week. Oh, oh my
Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh.
This is perfect. I
This
love
is
this so much.
incredible. This is incredible. All right, so-
Eyebrows and the facial hair.
It was listening
Coming
to us the
together.
other day.
this is like this might be like oh I don't even know what to do with this. It's so good. Like, oh my god.
We can't even.
And scene.
Like, must we even say more? Like, so okay, so before we even get into like the rest of the stuff, like what are we thinking? Like this is pretty good. This is
But there's nothing to go off of.
there's nothing to go off. All right. Yeah. Okay. So let's return. Oh, I almost clicked the wrong one again. Okay. Natalia on technical. Okay. All right. Let's get a couple tropes in here for what we need to include to begin the process of coming up with things.
Did
All
you
right.
add more tropes too? Is that part of
I
it?
didn't add more tropes, but we have a new element to the roll for
Okay.
drama life. Okay. So let's see. We got what? That flew out the side. Okay. We got 5. We got 18.
5 and 18.
We got 18 again, so we roll. 20, so which I think is
20.
just Nuna's choice.
18,
So
20.
5, 18, 20. So 5 amnesia, baby!
You got it, Jade.
18 love at first sight. Easy with this cast. And then 20 roll an extra time. All right. So it's basically roll again. 10, and then I got to roll once more. So we'll roll an extra time. 16, 10 and 16. All right. So we got a love triangle, / square,
Okay.
and then time travel.
Time travel.
Time travel
Okay.
fits perfectly
Oh
into
my.
this. Say less.
It knew. So do we now have to roll for another guy?
I
Or
think
we
do.
make it a girl? Like we could have the triangle.
Listen, they can be a bisexual. We
I'm
don't.
Yeah.
fine with that.
We're cool with that. Listen, let chat decide what we're doing.
Okay.
This is a collaborative. This is a collaborative effort.
It's true. It's true.
So, do you guys want us to roll for another actor or roll for an actress? That's
For
the
the
question.
love triangle.
For main role.
Yeah, this would be part of the romantic
Mhm.
corner.
We making it bi? We making it fully gay?
Hmm.
You get to decide.
These dice, they love us. Okay,
Let's
the
see the
dice.
choices.
The choices,
Oh.
the choices are good.
Oh, right,
Just
right,
trust
okay.
us that the
One
choices
second, one
are
second.
good.
Okay, let me go back. I clicked right as they said that. Okay.
So
Okay. So for main, this is our choices for main actors that we could possibly roll again for.
and there's also an option that like we could be choosing it, and then
I
okay,
mean,
so we
And then
It
if
is
we
a
go
time
with-
travel thing. Maybe it's like, Kim
And then
Nam
these
Gil
are-
comes
these are
back
our-
and there's
These are our main actresses. So
what if it's a love triangle between future Kim Nam Gil and past Kim Nam Gil, like with Woo Bin in the middle? You know what I mean? Does he love the
it could be
old
his
version,
past
but he
life, but
doesn't
it could
know
still.
it's the same dude, but he's like,
Mm.
hmm.
Well, it can be a triangle or square, is what the thing says anyway.
You know what? You're not wrong.
That's true.
You're not wrong. Okay, you're not wrong.
mean,
Okay.
All right.
Let's
So
look at a-
let's. So are we thinking we add a lady to the mix? And
Why
she can be
not?
cool about it, okay? We'll make her cool
Yeah.
about it because
I mean,
so
she's
let's-
obviously the second lead. She's not gonna get it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's to the dice we go. 5. Who is
Five.
number
Who's-
5?
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
you know, you know, you know, you know, they really done said
Yes.
yes. They really said, let's do this. You know what? We love to see it. We love to see it. We get
Mhm.
so excited by these because they're always so good. Okay, one second.
We
I've
didn't
got.
get youngins this time. How about
Yeah.
that?
Okay.
I sure thought that we had used her in something else. Did we just like pick her?
she
for
was in the
something?
last one. She was the
Was she? Did I forget to replace her? Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
She
you
was
want to
the
re-roll?
Yeah, that
like the
Oh,
detective
no.
or whatever in her.
That's true. She was.
That's true. Okay,
Right, I'm
sorry.
like-
that
Oh.
was
Maybe
a mistake.
the slide didn't update.
Maybe it didn't
Did we
update.
pick someone like immediately?
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't remember, but let's just re-roll just for. I'm also on the wrong one again. Stop it. We're re-rolling. Sorry, we got excited too soon. 13.
Okay.
Junso Min.
Junso Min! Perfect. You know
Aw.
what?
I like
That's
her.
good. That's good. Okay, and then just to remind us what we're doing, I of course have done my
Got
nonsense.
some visual cues.
The visual cues, so we can remember what we're about.
I wish to highlight the fact that I went and I closed some tabs, so the Google Doc is very friendly to me today.
Okay, again.
All right.
Those pants.
I would love someone to just cut in to not know what this stream was about and just cut into this and be like, "Whoa! Like, what are they talking about here?"
So to remind, we're making a
Yeah.
K-drama that doesn't
K-drama.
exist.
K-drama
Doesn't
doesn't exist.
Yay.
But it's all good because okay, so here's what we got so far. It's gay. It involves time travel, amnesia, and
It's on Jeju Island.
it's on Jeju Island. But there was a third time travel, amnesia, and a love triangle. It's on Jeju
Love at
Island.
first sight.
All right, Mike. As I say, we are a PG-13 street.
I'm not putting
Screen,
that on the
Mike.
screen.
We're not condoning this nastiness from you.
Or else I'm
and
not getting
then-
kicked off of YouTube because of you.
Yeah, that's not what we're doing. You've been warned, Michael. So far, I think we've got like a pretty good beginning to like what we're doing. You know, like I feel like this is.
I am also terrible with names. Terrible. It doesn't matter
Oh,
how many
yes.
times I watch them.
Mhm.
Don't worry, I'm. That's why I make these on the fly visual cues. So I'm on it. I'm on it.
Mhm.
All right. So what do we have next? What is like next on the list? Boop, boop, boop. All right. So let's just work on like the basic story that we need to come up with.
Didn't we
Okay.
need to roll for the cliches?
We
do
do,
we wait?
but do we want to like wait until we already have it set up to add an element of complication or not? It's up to you guys.
Mhm.
Well, don't we usually do a handful of them anyway?
We do.
Yeah.
But we have that
Maybe we should.
the news selection as well. All right, let's pull it up. Let's add a couple cliches in here. Whee! Okay. So here's some stuff we gotta possibly add in. We got our classics, okay?
We need Kevin.
We need Kevin, baby. Okay. All right. So how many? 3? Okay. 9, 20, which I believe is what's 20?
We
Roll an
just-
extra time. Roll an extra time. All right.
Okay.
If we were playing
4?
D&D, we would be
Yeah.
doing magical.
12. So 9,
4,
4,
12.
12. 4 again. So. And 16. 9, 4,
9, 4,
12.
12, and 16.
All right. 9. Cute kid. Easy. 4.
Back
Back
hugs.
hugs. Even
Done.
easier. 12, watching it while you sleep. Ay, ay, ay. And 16, Kevin!
You're gonna have to explain the Kevin thing for people.
So Kevin is this guy. Okay, he's this white actor who, like, he was in Doom at Your Service playing a character named Kevin, and he's literally the best.
He's
We
in
love
all.
Kevin.
He's the one of the main and
Yeah,
everything. Like
He's that white guy.
You know,
yeah,
that white guy.
You know, that white guy.
That white guy. You if you
But-
saw him, you'd
the
be like,
younger
Kevin-
of the white guys.
Kevin
But
as a
not the, like,
character was like a really nice, like a husband.
Mm,
Of
yeah,
of
he's
yeah,
someone's
he's like
life.
he's a good guy.
He's like the
Mike, it is wrong.
I needed that just one more second. So what was numbers like? Kevin,
sorry.
I guess white people,
Yeah. Random white person.
Random white person.
random white people.
yeah. So we got
Yeah.
back hugs.
Which is
the
easy when
watching while
it's
you
Jeju
sleep, cute
because
kid.
people are
Got
coming.
it. I
from
got it all now. I was
vacation.
just I was writing the
You know.
last one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin. Okay, Kevin was his
We're-
character name. We don't actually know what this guy's name is.
Sorry,
Be honest.
Sorry, sir.
Whoops, shit! I was
Hi,
pressing buttons.
Natalia.
I was typing something on the other screen to like export the image I just made, and it was still on the anyway. It's fine. It's fine.
It's okay.
All right, there we go. Okay, all right. So we've got a pretty good like setup for
Hi, Joy.
what we're doing. Hey, Joy, welcome. Let me put up
Joy.
this graphic for us.
We've got some good ones.
Okay. All right. So the dice, Joy, to catch Joy up. The dice were kind once again and said, "You doing it? It's gay again." And then we said, "Who's gay this time?" And it was Kim Woo Bin and Kim Nam Gil, which is possibly the greatest
Yeah.
situation
I
ever.
I already
done.
want it
I
like in
love
real
it.
life.
Yeah.
So
Like, I want it yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, like I never. The thing is, what I love about what we're doing here is that every time it comes up with something that I didn't know I wanted, but
Mhm.
now I want so bad
Yeah.
it's not even funny.
Right.
So it takes place on Jeju Island. It's a sci-fi that involves a tragic romance and time travel and amnesia. And it has to include back hugs, a love triangle. And my mind just went blank.
small
love
kid.
at first sight.
Love at first sight, a white dude, and
The kid, right?
the kid. And a cute kid. That's
Kid.
right. Okay.
And it's also a 20 episode. Do we say that? It's
Yeah,
a
and
long
it's 20
Yes,
episodes.
20.
It's a long one. So we
Which-
get a long time to enjoy, you know.
The tragicness of the romance.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So much tragedy you can do in 20 episodes.
I mean, the tragic can be that whoever is time traveling from the future has to go back to the future. So, like,
Hmm.
you know,
Mhm.
and you're a fully grown adult now. When I get back to the future, you're going to be old, or,
Mm.
you know,
Oh.
dead. Like, maybe it's 50
Yeah.
years in the future.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, but when he gets back to the future, he'll get to meet that cute kid again who's a grown adult now. And he'll be like, "You're that
Question, though.
guy." Have,
Question.
Like, this cute, sort of like reunion moment, you know.
I have a quick question. Do we count, like, say for example, if the time travel, if it's sort of like how Be Your Favorite works, where the person keeps resetting the timeline by changing the
Mhm.
past. So would no one remembering the old timeline, would we be considering that possibly amnesia? So that only one
Oh.
person remembers everything that's happened.
I mean, I guess technically that is, right? Like
Mhm.
it would
I
have
would
been
like-
say
It
I
happened
would
in
say
a
it's
different
appropriate
timeline.
to always customize the cliches and things for the
Mhm.
genre that we
Yeah.
Absolutely.
have
I
to
think
put
that
it
works.
in.
I also
that works
think-
well.
it would be really cool if our small kid is actually the sci-fi element. So maybe it's like kind of like the person that's always there throughout the entire thing. So they never change. They're like
So
still
they're
small
like sort of
kids.
like a mystical being.
Yeah.
Like an immortal
Kind of like an
sci-fi
uncanny
person.
counter or stuff
Yeah,
like that. Like,
okay.
and so
And,
they're
like,
maybe the
cute
reason
kid-
why things are happening too, or like
And maybe they remember each of the changes or each of the timelines or whatever, so that like
I was literally just about to say that, Mike.
Yeah.
I was waiting for, to be like
Like
what
they're
this?
the like
he's like the god of time or something.
Yeah. It's
But-
an old
kind of
soul
like in
and
Doomed
a
at Your
little kid.
Service, like how
Yeah.
how
How
God,
God
was
was
like the
like
sick
a-
girl.
Yeah. So do
No.
we want to go with the storyline, or do we want to cast the kid first?
Up to you. There's a lot of, you know what? I think that it would make more sense for like the person time traveling remembers, but no one else does, because then it's sadder because they can remember all of.
It's like that One More Time or whatever with Elle.
Yeah,
you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does make it sad.
Yeah, where only one person can remember all of, all of the things that have happened.
They're trying to like figure out how to get out of the loop and what they did to cause it if they're the one that did it.
I think we've got another banger on our hands, ladies. We haven't even come up with the
time traveling or stuck in the loop trying to like save her life, but that's like the fixed moment in time and she can't get saved, and while he's trying to save her, he's falling in love with this other person
who keeps
through all their so it's sort of tragic because he did love her, but he no longer or the changes cause her to not be the person he loved, or so now he's fallen for somebody else.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Okay.
How about we go ahead and cast the kid first?
Yeah, let's cast the kid first.
Oh my gosh.
We'll take any suggestions from from the
How young do we want to go is kind of the question.
I was thinking more like maybe like at least like 8-ish.
Yeah, or like maybe even like 12 or something. Like, yeah. Let's see.
I don't think I've seen any cute kids lately and stuff I've been watching. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
You're like, I've only been seeing them ugly kids.
No kid. I haven't been watching anything with kids.
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. This is always like every time we should just like have a list of the kids, right? Because we always end up having to include a child, and we're like, what child?
Well, the kid, like we just said, the kid is going to be like this immortal, like sci-fi being that kind of necessitates the time travel somehow, controls it somehow, knows lots of things.
What if Ruben and Suman are the same person?
But if you change time to before they're born, they could. Okay. Wild idea. What if this may go nowhere? What if like Wubin and Somen were like fraternal twins, and every time he changes something, it like kills a different twin, and so he's trying to find the timeline where both of them can live because he's in love with her, but then very quickly moves on to the real star of the show, Eyebrows over here.
Or like she's dying and he like enlists Wubin's help. He keeps trying to I can't explain to you how I know your sister's about to be in a terrible accident, but let's go save her. That kind of situations.
If you wish to avoid family entanglement, since it's sci-fi, and you often have teams of people, like whatever work they have, there's always a team of people, be it scientific work, military work, whatever. they could all be on the same team. Like, they could be friends or a part of the same squad to where they have a lot of trust and whatever with each other. Like, they're all just very close because they had to be. They've been trained, like, for years. They've worked together because that's the way they have to function. That's just an idea if you don't want to do the family entanglement issue.
When Natalia mentioned the idea of them being twins, but this is, like, you're into, like, multiverse type situations, but what if they were the same character? And sometimes he comes back and it's a woman who's here, and sometimes he comes back
that's
and
it's a very complicated love triangle.
Right? Like, it's like, oh. And then when you get to the final one, you just don't know who's going to walk through that door. Which universe am I in?
I have an idea for the child, by the way.
Okay.
Do you remember the little girl that was in Space Sweepers?
Oh.
Yeah.
Her name's Parkia Rin. She has that sort of, like, quality to her.
Yeah.
That could work nicely. That's an option.
Her acting credits so far, she's not messing around.
Thanks, Troy.
And she's very cute.
She is.
Joy, are you talking about my hair? Thank you. I didn't know. I'm not sure who we're referring to.
Yeah.
I think you're the only
We're
one.
all like, thanks.
Yeah, it's like everyone's hair looks
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. I haven't cut it in months. I'm glad you finally noticed.
Like, usually I also have headphones on. I'm wearing earbuds today, so that was the difference. Usually it looks like this.
There's a lot that we could come up with, but
there's a lot going on here.
We haven't really figured out who these characters are, because that's like what we're working on, and how they relate to Jeju Island, but how it's also sci-fi.
Oh, Jeju Island.
Yeah.
Forgot.
What if it's something like the tangerines on Jeju Island are dying and they're trying to, like, figure out why? Like, what's the environmental catalyst or something, and we've got to figure out how to, so, like, they're scientists, like Sky was saying, like, maybe they work together or something. What if they're, like, scientists trying to figure out, farmer scientists or whatever. I don't know. One of them's a farmer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like tangerines.
Wait,
I want tangerines.
Do you mean a biologist?
Sure.
A botanist? Is that what we're talking about?
Horticulturalist?
Horticulturalist?
That's it. Yes. Words are hard, okay? Mouth words are hard.
I would say that, or something to deal with the fishing, like the divers.
Fishing. Maybe, like, multiple things. Like, things are going wrong and we're in different areas, but you didn't, like, nobody's looking at it as a whole. And somebody's coming from the future back in time to try and get people's eyeballs looking in the right directions, connecting the dots and being like, this and this and this, maybe.
Oh, something just came to me, hit me. What if, there's, like, a tsunami coming for Jeju, and the event that he's trying to continuously, like, figure out how to, he's like, he could be like a seismologist or something, and the event that he's trying to, like, prevent happening is everyone dying in this, like, tsunami.
Well, what if it's, like, not the tsunami is like happening, but it's going to happen? I guess this kind of, like, is the plot of Japan Sinks, but, like, like that, like, it's like he's figured out that, like, if there's something happens, like a tsunami happens, it will take out everything. So he's trying to, like, figure out, because it deals with, like, the erosion of, like, things, like the like the way that they've, like, built up Jeju Island. It's starting to make it so that, like, tsunamis would be more impactful there, and he's trying to like figure it out.
And the kid's just a kid, Jade. Okay, they got years to figure that out. There's no romantic entanglement for the 12-year-old.
The immortal 12-year-old being
fun to have that kid just like show up randomly at places for like a lot of the like drama before we actually figure out who the kid is. Like, so he's like maybe standing on the beach and you see her kind of in the distance,
or like she could even like interact with him,
and then when he goes to like kind of approach her, she's gone, or like there's a crowd and she's standing in the crowd like mysterious, like very mysterious, like we're trying to figure out who this girl is, because it would also be fun because like maybe the audience would think that like she is like one of the main characters, but then you find out that she's not.
And although the kid's asexual for all we care, okay? The kid has nothing to. The kid is just a mystical scientific being.
Yeah, we could add some. Yeah, the shrine.
And the kid could just be like around, like, because you know Jeju Island, there are some like cities, but they're not huge, and this could take place in like a smaller town area.
He could be the only one who sees the kid, and so
but he doesn't know this. Yeah,
like so because when she appears, it's just very like kind of naturally like in the crowd, like you know, or at the coffee shop, she's sitting at another table, and he's like keeps on trying to be like, do you see that girl? Like, shouldn't she be with a parent or whatever? And like everybody kind of looks and they kind of like don't see her, but she also goes away too. So he
so he's like, oh, she must have left.
She's just kind of like, you know, messing with him.
Which, you know, in a way, she kind of is, but not in positively.
I mean, maybe she's evil and she's just like, she's the one messing with the time and he's got to figure it out or something.
Joy, we can't always do ghosts, okay? We can't always have
also,
ghosts.
she's like an actual like immortal higher being. Like we've cast her as like a you know,
a god almost.
God, so just in a child form, I guess.
What if time travel wise, you kind of have the present, quote unquote, that is a team of scientists and whatever, and that's maybe like Kim Nam-gil and Jung So-min, for instance.
Okay.
And then when he travels to the future, that's where Kim Woo-bin, like, and he's a part of like the same team of like in the future, same organization or whatever, but they're still kind of trying to work. So like information back and forth type stuff.
Sort of like Signal, but instead of it being a walkie-talkie, it's Kim Nam-gil. He's the one jumping back and forth.
Right.
Trying to solve it.
And I actually really like that.
I do too. I like the idea too of he sees the kid in both timelines though too, and is like starts to go, wait, what the heck? Because like
that kid's still the same.
It's
kid
exactly
in both places,
yeah.
right? And he's like, do you see that kid? And they're like, are you okay?
And then you have like, you know, the crux of like, depending on how far in the future this takes place, right? Like where each of them are, then he has to decide which time to stay in, you know, and that's the tragic romance because he could love both of them, right? But he has to leave one of them.
He has to leave one of them.
Yeah. But also one of them would probably be better for the world too, right?
Yeah, like one side of it would be more helpful to the cause or whatever.
What if what they discover is that like in the future they're messing around with time travel and they're learning time travel and stuff, and this is part of the thing, and they learn that it's the time travel machine that's causing all this problem in the back or whatever. So he has to like, that has to be the end of it. Like we have to destroy the time travel so that we don't destroy the world.
That could be
on one side of it, right?
Point that we don't see for a really long time since this is a 20
episoder.
Like it could be the halfway turn. Is that like we've got this like really big grand reveal,
like that episode 16 reveal, right? You know?
Where you know, so like they think they're traveling back in time to like figure out the bacteria problem or the whatever problem that affected things and caused stuff to start dying. And then like episode 16.
And then
like,
you find out it's
crap,
man-made,
it's me. Like I'm the
corporation.
Like,
the rich people are the problem as always.
What?
Okay, I think we're ready for one of what are they called in our
Plot
slides?
twist.
Plot twist.
Oh, plot twist.
All right, we got
twist.
This is our new element that I remembered to put in. Plot twist. All right, we will be randomly picking a new plot twist as we go on that we have to integrate into this.
Yeah.
So we have a series of plot twists. And then we're now going to add one in. We will be doing this periodically throughout the stream.
I wish to highlight that Envoys is on the list. Okay.
Yes, Envoys is always on the list. 10. We have to work on a product placement, baby. Yes. All right. Say less. All right. Listen, we were born for this. All right. Okay. So obviously the plot. Okay, we can't do product placements in the future because we don't know if products will exist in the future. We don't want to pull a, Back to the Future nonsense where Nike had self-tying shoes in the year 2000 when they did not. So in like the present time, it's so
coffee.
Anything. Listen, chat, give us a product and we'll figure out how it fits into the plot. That's, it's back up to remind us.
Coffee or like a energy drink or, like a
vacuum, a Dyson hair thing. Like, could be anything. Any product you can think of. Ooh, okay, we got fried chicken and we got makeup remover. Easy, okay? Clearly, if it was fried chicken, they could be having like a really tense like discussion about, the problems, the ecological disasters that they're trying to help fix while enjoying some delicious fried chicken at the fried chicken restaurant, which could be run by like a tertiary character who's the comic relief of the show, right?
It could be fun to have this like product placement, like it be like a thing and like you see them use it or whatever in one point, and then during a time travel you might like see it like a version of it like weathered in the sand of the beach or something, like just like a very big guy, and especially if it's like to a tie of like a significant moment in the relationship.
It's the Statue of Liberty at the end of Planet of the Apes, chicken restaurant.
It's like the Demolition Man Taco Bell. It's like back in the back, it's just like chicken. In the future, it's everywhere. Like
we have been forgetting about Kevin.
No, Kevin, easy. Either in the past or the future.
He's one of them scientists.
He's one of the scientists. He's like the English scientist who's like on loan from Germany or whatever, but he doesn't have a German accent. That's part of the fun.
I think you need to pull up a picture of Kevin. So
all right, let me see if I can figure out. Okay, let me go. Okay, just
didn't Kevin show up in like a new drama or
he showed up. We were laughing about it the other day. We were like, Kevin's back. I don't remember what the drama was though. Okay.
I hope he knows.
I think you ladies sent me a TikTok. They're like, Kevin.
Okay. Daniel C. Let me just save his picture. It won't be one of my fancy graphics.
We accept no other white actor now. It has to be the
Kevin. It's Kevin.
What was it? I can't remember.
Okay. Are you ready for Kevin, our favorite white boy? This is Kevin.
Kevin, look, he's so nice.
Look at him. Look at Kevin.
He can be anything.
His name is actually, if anyone is curious, his name is actually Daniel Kennedy, and he's American.
That is the most white guy name.
Daniel C. Kennedy.
It's actually very surprising because most white people in K-dramas are not American.
Yeah, right. He was actually in a lot of things that we like. And the answer to what drama was he recently in? It was King the Land. So
King the Land, that's right.
He was in Narco Saints. He was in The Silent Sea. He played the American anchor. He was, of course, in Squid Game. What white actor living in Korea wasn't? And his first role in television was Doom at Your Service, where we fell in love with Kevin. He was also in Space Sweepers as an anchor.
You had to have, some white people doing stuff.
So, like, oh, see, you can't wait to have a medieval drama where we have to figure out how to get a white person in. They already easy, okay? Just it'll be a random white missionary, like say less, like some sort of explorer, like don't worry about it. On a one-man crusade through Asia. But yeah, that's our good pal Kevin.
Maybe Kevin isn't a scientist, but he's like maybe he is a farmer or someone that
he could be like
crop things. Like he's just like the normal side.
Yeah.
I'm thinking sort of like if anyone here, I'm sure that more than just me, have watched Love Tractor, where the white dude's just like the head farmer who's just married to a Korean woman, so he's just this white guy living in
or maybe because this goes into trope, but like my favorite trope, especially in Japanese dramas, is the local place that they go to consistently throughout. Like he could be like part owner of like a little restaurant or a coffee shop, so like we always see him because he's like the waiter.
Fried chicken restaurant.
Yes. Yeah.
He could have a Korean partner, and the two of them are just
and it's the really cute little like
the cute loving couple, interracial couple that like
what I would
that
love
are really cool about gay people.
Yeah, I was about to say gay rights. They're all about gay rights.
They're really cool about it. Like
I'd love to see a white actor used in a way where it was like say the main characters are in the restaurant and they're speaking in English so that people around them won't understand or whatever, and he's like, I still speak English, guys. I'm still right here. Like you know that I can hear.
What would be even funnier than that is that is the first time you ever see them speak English, and they've been speaking Korean this whole time. So everyone has sort of forgotten that they're actually an immigrant. Because they've been so integrated into this little community. It's just Kevin. Yeah, it's just our buddy Kevin. Like, I've known him forever. We love Kevin.
Well, that's what I loved about Love Tractor, because it was like, he's the guy that ran the tiny town. Like, the white dude that runs the town.
He's just the white dude that everyone knows and loves, and who's really, really supportive of his new gay friend. Like,
that one, I don't know her name. She where she's from. She's the blonde white actor that's always on. She's younger. She always plays those types of roles too, where she's just kind of like, oh, I'm working at the restaurant here.
Yeah, she was in Camellia. She played like the assistant at the mom's restaurant. Yeah,
she was in that
teen comedy
So Not Worth It or whatever. The college.
Yeah. She tends to do that. I like that.
She's an actually good actress. Like
she's on TikTok too.
The white people who are like not great.
Are you saying that Kevin?
I have only seen Kevin through photographs and
she hasn't experienced Kevin like Jesse and I have.
So offended.
I was in love with Kevin, and like I don't really like.
You know what? I am going to track down Kevin and get him on our podcast for an interview.
That would be
oh my god, you should just be like, listen, one of the people on our podcast about Korean dramas fucking loves you and Doom at Your Service. we would love for you to come chat about it. That would be so funny. Listen, let's just make that happen. Let's put that into the universe.
Yeah.
Okay. Podcast power.
I will write that down. That will be my job for the podcast.
Okay, so far there's some sort of time travel device, either physical or mystical. Okay. And I think we've all just sort of assumed that Kim Nam-gil is the main character of this, and he's the one time traveling, and he's trying to solve
going back forth.
Some sort of ecological disaster on Jeju Island, unspecified yet. We haven't actually hammered down what ecological disaster it is. We've thrown out several options, but it does leave Jeju as a bit of a wasteland in the future, and he's trying to prevent this from happening. But oh no. every time he tries to go back and forth and change things, he fucks it up worse. Because that's just
time travel
does.
That's
how time travel works.
Especially when you're not like specifically
and specifically with that, it could be he tries to maybe bring technology back, or hey, there's this robot that's really helpful, like, you know, try to bring actual things back that just make things worse.
He brings back like a vaccine or whatever that helps with the tangerine blight, but it causes problems with the fish, or you know, like it's, oh crap, we have a problem still.
And question, at some point, does he bring Woobs back by accident? Because that's always a good plot.
What if could he bring him back in a way that like it's not actually him, but he sees him, so it creates a weird, I don't know, like it's not him, like because it's like
a hologram,
the time travel,
quantum leap kind of situation,
or like just like that, like, and now you're in a time period where like Woobs is not who he is in any other like realm. He's
evil,
not
Woobs?
Well, not even like evil, just like a completely different person. He's not tied to Jung So-min or like anything, and so like he sees him and he's like, wait a minute.
A la King Eternal Monarch, a little.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. So like, sort of like what you're like positing is that he's time traveling, but as he's doing it, he's creating a variety of like different timelines every time.
Yeah, like, or like
something.
Because it just like affects something little that like one of the times he's affected something that like ultimately makes his Woobs' character a different person altogether. And so there's like that whole added element to it time.
The thing has to be maybe a tragedy, like, because this is a tragic romance.
So like at that point when he doesn't like know him, or it's like in this world they're not together, it's very like tragic for Gil's character.
What if that's the tragedy, is that he chooses in the past, no, I have to go back to my time period, I can't have her, I'm going back to Woobs, but this final change, now Woobs doesn't remember him, and it's like,
well, what if the only future that ends with everything being solved is one where Woobs is not only a different person, he's a worse person. Like he's basically sort of a Woobs has to die in order for everything to be fine somehow.
Okay, so what if we do something like maybe the event that's happening is like maybe that like the beaches are eroding, and so it's causing like a lot of like, and that can be super great because it will cause tsunamis. It will also cause like, you know,
ecological disaster.
Fish, and so like, and then in like as a literary device, we then start to see the erosion of their relationship through these time things. So like you can't have one with the other like during the
that's clever.
Look at you.
I like it. I like
creative writing.
Is it time for another plot twist?
It's time for another plot twist, baby.
You said it. It has to happen. That's how plot
twist. Plot twist. Oh wait, whoops. Plot twist. Okay. All right. 18. A shamanistic intervention. Oh, they're really
we almost got that pre-in, I guess.
Oh boy. Okay.
Work really well because you can have the shaman like in the past or something, like telling him like basically you have to sacrifice one for the other.
Or listen, we can make a real
hang on, what, Amanda, what were you finishing saying?
Like, you know, they're always kind of like, they say something that like later makes sense, but right now it doesn't, you know, so you know, you don't know until suddenly like episode 18 or something, he's gonna be like, oh damn, that's what the shaman meant, like it's this choice, right?
But if we take a real loose interpretation of what we consider shamanistic intervention, we've already got this mystical being character who could be sort of like doing the role of the shamanistic intervention to finally, saying the mysterious things, like Amanda said, that somehow then suddenly turn out to, have great meaning. So like this little kid that he keeps seeing keeps just saying random shit that he's just like, man, that's a fucking weird little kid. Like, all right, kid. So yeah, and then all of a sudden, like, the things that she says much later in the show all start to make sense, right? Because...
And then he's like looking for the kid, like, dang it, now that I know that the kid makes sense, now I gotta find the kid.
Well, now we can add in that temple for real. Like, then that could be like a significant thing. And then also that's really great for just like drama, like, because they would be like getting, if we were producing this drama, we could get government assistance because we are like showcasing the things on Jeju Island.
Exactly. It's a cultural thing now.
Yeah.
You get that cultural money. I don't think
and maybe that's probably part of it is like the little godchild is like, that's why I've been intervening, is because I'm trying to save my temple and my connection to the world.
They're tied to it.
Thing, right?
And that's why they're at Jeju specifically.
Yeah. So
I desire for there to be the dagger from Island at the temple and no one says anything about it.
Yeah, it's just a little a little cheeky reference.
I just need to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Maybe like we can put the cap of Woobs's 5'8" somewhere too.
And then something from Alienoid too. I can't think of anything in particular. Something.
Just have Whoops playing like an extra in the past with the mullet from Alienoid. Just in the background.
We could have like a special episode, like bring in Isom, and it would like take both Jungsum and Whoops. Like it works perfectly.
Yes.
We just love Isom. Listen, let's just make a rule for Isom.
God.
And then also at the temple, there's something. Let me think.
Something like
another dagger that we do. Alchemy of Souls. Just putting that in there too. Because of
everyone gets their little references. Okay.
Yes, you have all these references. No one does anything.
Maybe in the future, somewhere like in the junk room or something, is the robot from Space Sweepers or something is like.
We got it all. You get all of it. All them little references.
You know what we don't have is an idol.
That's true. Nor do we have, but we've got these lovely scientific teams, and also the locals that we can just.
Also, I'm proud of us so far for doing sci-fi that is Earth-based.
Yeah,
it is very much tied to Jeju. We haven't.
Yeah, our last sci-fi was very much space-based.
Yeah,
and so we're taking a new track. We're trying to fresh and easy.
It's kind of a disaster. Like it's disaster oriented a little bit.
Because like time travel is always like that's just sci-fi on its own. Even if you're just like traveling to 1800s, you're still in a sci-fi. Congratulations, you've done it. But I like the notion, sort of like in the show, like Terra Nova, where it's like the time travel device only connects two timelines that are moving simultaneously, but one's in the past and one's in the future. So it's like you can never actually change like where the start and end point are. So it's sort of because he's not a time travel scientist. He's just
kind of forced into it.
Biologist or something. Yeah. An ecologist. That's the word. That was.
See, I told you, mouth words hard.
So
Farmer scientist.
I always say when I can't remember a word that's on the tip of my brain, and then I was like, on the tip of my brain, I just can't remember it. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
I always like a little Kangteo.
Listen, who doesn't?
I mean,
So we've got a call for Kangteo because no problem. Who is Kangteo in this in this universe? Are we making him a scientist? Are we making him a temple worker? Are we making him someone in the future, in the past?
Is he just like a intern scientist gopher type? Like
he's a junior scientist? Yeah, like
yeah. Yeah, I like that.
I think he would be good.
Kind of maybe more engineering side. Like he's a part of the team, but like he's maybe more something, Yeah. He deals with stuff that's not the ecology side. It's like
and he's like, because he's a little bit more in the acting, like, him as a person is more in acting, so he could get one of the larger roles.
Yeah. He's gay. Listen, they can't all be gay. It's just not statistically possible. As much as we'd love that.
Asexual, though.
Yeah, that's true. It's just not possible for them all to be gay.
We need just one straight at least.
Yeah, we need
the token straight.
He's a token straight. The token hetero.
Or, as a like Kevin and that entire little cute couple, maybe it's more like they're poly, and so he's a part of that family unit somehow.
Oh, that's fun. But like, and everyone kind of knows, but like, since it's like a small town, no one says anything.
Yeah,
like they all just sort of like look away.
Like nobody like saying anything about the fact that he's not a Korean. He's just he's just there.
He's just there.
Just there.
Well,
do they give good food? Yes. Okay.
So like, question: Who is with them? Who is their third with Kevin and Kang Tae-oh?
Oh. I just like Googled Kevin just for this graphic I'm pulling up for this, and I got some absolutely fucking insane photos. Okay. These are amazing. One involves snakes. I'm going with the snake one. Okay. Yeah. So who do we like as their third? And
I kind of feel like I want it to be female, just because.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Keeping the ratio.
And also, like, Kevin to stay in Korea needs to be married. Someone.
Yeah. He needs that green card.
Yeah. Well, and it kind of goes along with the idea of people in the small town just sort of, they're just this happily married couple with this guy who rents a room from them.
With their, like they were roommates.
It's fine. So let's see.
A lavender marriage. No, they're a throuple. Yeah. They're a throuple. The vibes of these two images are.
I went to look up how old he is to like get somebody sort of age appropriate, but like MDL doesn't have his age.
Well, it's on IMDb, so maybe IMDb will have his age. It doesn't. Yeah, he looks like he's in his 40s. I would say.
Like,
something like that, right? Just
Yeah, all it has is his name. But yeah, he looks like he's in his like mid to late 40s. So.
Kim Soo-gi. I mean, we don't have her in there yet.
Like Kim Ji-won.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And I like her. I like Kim Ji-won. And you know what? She looks like she'd be cool for this role. I feel, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sold.
Done. Let me finish this nonsense here. So they're like the local throuple who's just, you know.
Token throuple. Yeah, token straight person over here.
Hey.
I guess we don't have a token straight person yet. Who?
I
was
is.
Wondering.
She's the token straight person. She's just in a throuple.
So who? Kim Nam-gil at some juncture or several different junctures, and not just his character, but maybe the other, you know, Jung So-min and Whoops, like they're going to eventually be confiding in somebody about relationship things, because how else are you going to have discussion about the relationship?
Yeah, we need like friends that are not scientists.
We could have like Kim Sil-gi play So-min's like best friend in the past, right? Like roommate or whatever, like just so we could get her in there, because you know,
because we have to.
Yeah,
she does play good, like, you know, best friend situations. She does that pretty commonly.
Yes. Lee Min-ho for Kim Whoops.
Lee Min-ho. You know what?
I mean, we gotta have some cameos in there, right? Like,
That's true.
What's Kevin doing?
I told you these photos I found were fucking
amazing.
insane.
What are you talking about?
It was between this one or one where he's dramatically on like a motorcycle. I was like, this one has snakes. It's too good.
If we had a fan account for Kevin,
after the chicken shop closes, they like to do a little role playing. Like,
we don't know what they're.
Kevin is
like,
action star.
Yeah,
They have a pet snake.
Yeah, like why not? Like they're just a totally normal couple and their roommate that they're very good friends with, you know?
They were roommates.
This drama sounds so good. But you know what I think it might be time for? Oh, sorry, go on.
But what does Lee Min-ho do? Like
he's like the
he's
friend.
in the future. He's in the future. Like he could be doing.
What does he do there? Just a friend?
He's just a buddy who shows up once in a while.
Is he part of the corporation? Part of the,
like I would think he'd be kind of
like
just,
he's kind of evil,
you know, on that side of it.
And that's how and that ties in the Whoops starting to be evil as well, or bad person.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And maybe they were like college buddies, you know, like maybe they have some connection. Exes, just saying.
I like it. I like it. Because the corporation always has to be the corporation's fault. It could be like a corporation that was like hired to like be the person who like to shore up the ecological disaster, but they only agreed to do it like to stop the erosion because they had some sort of something about water pollution that they were trying to hide, or you know, something of this nature. Which then if we're making Lee Min-ho the villain, which I am here for, okay, 100%. Like, so say that his company is like supposed to be like, you know, supposedly this like eco-green company, right? But secretly they're actually making a bunch of like pollution, and he has to figure out a way how to get rid of it. And he discovers a time travel machine that sends things back to alternate timelines. What a way to get rid of a problem. You know, just
but it turns out that has effects in your timeline
then as a double twist where, you know, Kim Nam-gil thinks that his time travel is what's actually causing things to get worse in the present time. It's actually been Lee Min-ho all along. Secretly, yeah.
This is like our final like 4-episode arc.
Yeah, the final.
Yeah.
And like all of the, you know, and all this environmental protection.
And they actually, and Whoops thinks that they're on the same side.
Yeah. So Whoops has been helping him and like, you know, been, you know, giving information to like, you know, giving technology and stuff to like Kim Nam-gil, because like at this point I think people have told them like, yeah, like I'm from the past, blah, 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 whatever. But it's all been a front. And then the last 4 episodes, you find out Lee Min-ho villain all along. And maybe he turns murderous. We don't know. Like,
he could.
Maybe that's the tragedy. Maybe Woobs like steps in front of the bullet, or that kind of thing, right?
He figures
then
it
like
out
and then like the last
Nam-gil.
2 episodes is Kim Nam-gil desperately trying to change the future from that happening, but nothing ever working. Oh.
So do we need to roll for another plot twist just in case?
You know what?
Like,
I think we
well.
do. Let me go. Okay.
Because the fun is having to shove it into.
Is there anything else we haven't done yet? Or we're good on the slides, right?
Yeah, this
is all the slides? This is all the slides. Okay.
Okay.
5. A terminal illness? You know what sounds like a pretty terminal illness to me? Getting shot in the head. But no.
Well, it might not be that simple. It could be in order to, whatever allows Kim Nam-gil to go back to his original time.
Mm-hmm.
Something happens with
Bye,
it.
Joy.
Bye, Joy.
And in order to it glitches or something, but in order to fix it, someone has to hold down something, hold something open.
Mm-hmm.
And that maybe doesn't, it causes harm, but it's maybe not immediate. So they know if Woo Bin does the thing to help Kim Nam-gil go back, it is going to ultimately be a terminal thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Me. Obviously.
I mean, obviously, somebody has to cough up blood.
That's
how we know they're dying, right? Oh no.
That's how else would we know? Possibly know.
Very dramatic background music too.
You need that in the conspicuous handkerchief that you're it's then there's blood on it. A classic.
I know, kind of.
Yep.
But maybe at the very, very end, they find some other way to go back to the future. So, Kim Nam-gil somehow finds some different way to go back to the future. And Kim Woo Bin is still alive, but he's not doing so well at that point because he's been harmed enough by whatever he did.
The radiation, that's the answer to everything. Right? It's always radiation.
So then it's tragic. It's just so tragic.
It's always so tragic.
Yeah. Say goodbye to his love from the past.
And then he dies.
Go be with the love in the future. And then, oops, that didn't work out for you either.
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
So we need a title?
We do need a title.
We need a title.
Is erosion some
Erode
play
my
on
love.
erosion since you were all about erosion?
Just the word erosion is a pretty good title. It's vague, but it still tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
Any
I went to a thesaurus. No. All the other words are not friendly.
No.
Desedimentation is just not. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
No. And also, this is a disaster drama, but it makes it seem like that's it.
Yeah. And then destruction, disintegration. No. Erosion is better than that.
I don't know. It seems pretty good.
I like it. I mean,
if it can be coupled with some other word that would indicate time travel somehow, but that's kind of difficult. Future erosion?
I kind of like it just as erosion.
And not the Korean word for erosion. It's going to be erosion in Hangul letters.
Look at you.
It's
God, that's such a great visual.
This is
right
rude.
Here.
Listen, I'm over here while everyone's talking.
I mean, I know it's not hard.
Google image searching like a mad woman. Just absolutely like find the good shit. I also like how I kind of made them form a little wave, like what's eroding the.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the title Erosion. It's very simple. It's very kind. But there's still one thing that we haven't filled out. And that is we need to figure out.
Oh, you know what? We didn't actually solidify the point when someone watches someone sleep, did we?
We didn't.
And that's one of our okay.
Back hugs too.
Oh, back hugs.
Oh, and back hugs. Well, okay. I feel like we can just add in back hugs. I think are pretty simple because obviously,
Kevin can give back hugs.
That's true. We got the whole throuple.
Kevin gives everybody back hugs.
That's just like
an American thing.
But what I was thinking was like once Kim Woo-bin and Kim Nam-gil are solidly in love in the later half, and then they realize that like Kim Nam-gil realizes he has to go back and never return. There has to be a very sad, dramatic, Kim Woo-bin trying to stop him with a dramatic back hug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm here to propose a bit of a wild watching you while you sleep.
Okay.
What if it was Lee Min-ho watching creepily while people sleep? But it could be like a real esoteric one because like maybe his company is like secretly studying like the effects of their like polluting on terminal illness. So he's literally like watching like maybe like an underground lab of like people dying sleeping, like just sort of lording over it in a really creepy way. We're taking this to new locations. Never before.
By the way, I feel like what we also didn't solidify was the Jung So-min leg of the triangle.
That's
we definitely didn't. We
need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, what does she do? What's her?
So she's back in the past. So where the erosion has begun, and we're assuming in the future the erosion is far worse, and they're coming up with like solutions to fix it. But if we make her like his coworker, they could be studying the effects of like erosion on the current.
She's like an ecologist in the past. Kind of deal.
And
or what if she like works in like a different department, but like their departments will like she could be like a join forces.
She could be like working in like like studying fisheries or something, because those two would be related, or maybe like weather or something. Like she could be like a meteorological,
or even like
or a seismologist.
She could be the one who is like he studies like one thing, but she's the one who actually knows how to work the machines that they're using to study things. So she would like be the tech person, or like that sort of thing, where they're the same exact thing, but like instead of like him who would go out and like actually do samples, she's the one who's using all those machines to like divide up the cells and stuff.
Yeah, I like her being a tech person, because to have the conversation, him going back and forth and doing all these things, like her being able to understand a little bit of the tech side of that whenever that's occurring. And like
maybe like she's been like in love with him for a while, which is why she agrees, but then she sees him falling for this future person, and then making
maybe they've been together since like college or something. They've been like they've dated on and off, like they've kind of always they're also just really good friends, they've just been a part of each other's lives.
I like the angle of it being kind of almost centered in their professional work too.
I like that, and maybe make her a little more important. I'm seeing someone saying that she knows that Lee Min-ho is bad. She's the one who witnesses what the Future Corp shenanigans that are happening.
I mean, she could also be strongly the sacrificer when she starts to see the other relationship, and she sacrifices herself for them.
Just dang it, no one happy. That's her.
Tragic.
Ain't no one happy. Now, the one thing that I'm thinking in
the
advance
throuple is just mourning, but they're still a throuple. They're just over there in the corner.
They're just friends. Like they're like they're
just there, like always.
And well, Kenteo works with them, right? Like we said, he was a scientist with them.
That's
so
true.
Like that's how we connect them. So he's like, oh, you should come to like my landlord's chicken shop to like hang out. So we have that in. But I think we need just to flesh out our cast of characters here. We need like a few suggestions for like other townspeople and other scientists on either end that we can, connect to the story, and also make a lovely character chart later, like we do every time we do this. So, what other characters are we?
Like Jesse mentioned, Isomin. Like, maybe she's like a scientist in the future, working in the one of the labs or something. She's the one who, like, somebody says, "Oh yeah, something about Kang Teo and his landlord," and she's like, "Yeah, landlord," right? Like, she's like,
or like what's even sort of a funnier cheeky thing in the future, like someone mentions like Kang Teo's character, and they're like, "Oh, like I read his very important dissertation on blah 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 blah." So it's like the reference is like, "Oh wait, this like sort of like intern became like the big name in." Whatever science.
Yeah, and he's like kind of goofy or something, but it's like, like he knows his stuff.
He's always like dropping shit. He's always just being, like, and everyone's like, oh shit, he was actually smart. Like, what a fun little cheeky reference to keep people not feeling too depressed throughout this ecological disaster show. The lady who's always the 90-year-old grandma. Listen, there's a few of those. But I think I know which one. I think I know which one you're talking about.
And that woman from 12 Nights and Search WWW, the older woman, she's the photographer in 12 Nights.
And it's always like one of them should be like, you always have to have one in the village in the in the pastime, whatever. But like you've got one of them in the future who's like significant, or like maybe it's Jung So-min's character. You thought she died. She didn't die. She's this like old lady now or whatever who's like.
What about someone like Yam Hae Ron? She's in Uncanny Counter. And a bunch of stuff. Glory, Alchemy of Souls she was in for episode,
I feel like the lady who's always the 90-year-old grandma, they might be talking about Kim Young-ok.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, put her in wherever you want.
Yeah.
She needs to be on J2,
like,
yes.
Maybe she's the, like, president or something, like, who knows? You make her anything you want.
The actress who plays the terrible mother in Boys Over Flowers. We have to get her back so they can have an on-screen cameo together.
She could play his mom again. Like,
yes.
This is the terrible future. If he was actually,
Lee
had never met that girl who,
that is her name.
I feel like we need another like idol too.
Young.
Like an idol who's
like someone who's like not like
just to populate this lab. To populate the lab, we need some idols. By the way, the lady's name is Lee Hee-young, the one who played Lee Min-ho's mom, and will play Lee Min-ho's mom again.
Maybe one of the Twice girls, especially because we keep on featuring them.
Yeah, that's true. They're my background.
It could be the one that has the actor sister. I'm blanking on people's name. Jung Kyo? Not Jung Kyo. Why are you not showing me all the memory? Jung Yun. There.
I love Jung Yun. She's my bias.
Like she could be like a cute little like lab assistant or something.
I like it. And we could have another idol just in the like one in the future, one in the past, sort of like a fun idol, like combo, you know. And if like we put like Jonghyun in the past, whatever idol's in the future, like there could just be a slight reference, like, oh yeah, my mom was also like a lab assistant.
Oh, that'd
like,
be cute. What if we, since we just did this episode, what if we pick one of the One Wee Boys?
Well, that's not okay.
Which one do we think would be the?
Now I know that I'm gonna say it's like, oh, well, that's just your bias, but I do feel like Yuk looks like he could be her son in like a few. Like, we take a few creative, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And you could play his little time machine song sometime.
Yeah, like listen, he's already.
They can make a killer
duet for the OST.
For the OST.
Love it.
All right, chat. Any other idols you want in this? Anyone else you want to be a secondary, tertiary character in this show? Now's your chance. Now's your chance to stick it on.
I was trying to think if there was a role for. I think Kim Okbin could really do something. Like maybe, like security for the team or something. I think just having her around, maybe in the future.
She is delightful.
I mean, this is a 20 episode drama we need 2 entire cast of characters, so we can put people in.
She could be Lee Min-ho's slightly evil assistant as well. Like, you know how there's always the right-hand man, as it were?
Like the
in this case,
when we say secretary, it is like second in command. Like
like that. Yeah.
Korean secretary.
She's taking notes. Secretary. She's running the business too.
Like secretary and,
secretary as in if the CEO gets indisposed, this person is running everything.
But she's also that's right. She also kicks ass. That's right. You got it.
Yeah.
I'm getting like the light is just like hitting like my laptop right now, and it's just it's like I look like the light. Very bright. Mostly because usually the twice thing that is currently on my thing is hung up on the window to prevent this from happening, but listen, they're killing a lot of people, okay? They're not they're down for some light murder. This is a K-drama after all. Like
they're gonna kill some
people. Are getting
what network are we shooting for? Is it TVing?
We know the one that we're not putting it on.
oh, we're not. Yeah. Never mind. Sorry for these comments.
Yeah. Network TBD. It's a TBD.
A network that pays people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
It'll be on whatever network wants to pay people a fair wage.
And provide adequate breaks.
That's right. So any other actors, actresses we want to stick in this? We can make them townspeople. We can make them people who work for the company. We can make them lab people. We can make them like whistleblowers who are trying to get the company, but then get dramatically murdered. I feel like that's a good role. Like someone who's
a good role for Kim Won-hae. He's like a fisherman that everyone thinks is crazy because he keeps saying stuff's like not right with the fish, and people are like, no, and then he winds up dead, and they're like, maybe he had something there.
Or like it looks like an accident, but then Kim Nam-gil looks crazy, where he's like, I don't think this is an accident. I think he was on to something because of my traveling to the future. When the guy's like, man, there's been some weird barrels showing up at the bottom of the ocean, like
my lobster traps keep pulling up the sludge.
And also, like, this just came to me. Not only could it be throwing like sludge into the past, he could also be throwing his murder victims into the past, because you can't solve a murder that won't happen for another 50 years.
That could be part of what like triggers the episode 16 figuring out, you know, something is that like a body washes up on shore and Kim Nam-gil's like, I know that guy in the future, so like his body should.
All right, so what poor scientist from the future is going to be this murder victim? Who's going to be the Suki of this show? The character that we fall in love with who gets horribly murdered.
It's got to be like the sweetest like person.
Always.
Who would it be?
Yeah, like we want to really like pull the chair out from under the people watching.
So I want to say, whatever scientist it is, they're from a long-standing Jeju family of the female divers. So like,
so it's like really,
it's gonna hit home that this person.
Because then you'll meet like their ancestors in, you know,
and that might start the movement of the local townsfolk to start really being
because no one messes with the female divers. Like, you cannot mess with them.
Does someone see their own body? That's actually an interesting. Ooh, that would actually be kind of an interesting thing. Like someone in the future is like an older character in the future, okay, is murdered and then sent back to the past, and then they find themselves. So when they run like the DNA and the fingerprints, it's like, no, that's this person who already lives here. Like that's like, you know, the local, you know, someone it could be Kim So-min actually, now that I'm thinking about it. It could, you know, if we have like an older actress who's also playing the same character, who then they find, and it'd be like, wait, the fingerprints say that it's, you know, but that's clearly not her. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what about the mom or the stepmom from Come and Hug Me?
Or Wild Twist.
So Jung-yun.
Wild Twist.
Go ahead and write down that name though before you get too far.
What was it again, Kim?
So Jung-yun.
Okay. Lee Min-ho's mom. It's Lee Min-ho's mom is Jung So-min in the past, but is Lee Min-ho's mom in the future, and he kills her and sends the body to the past. And then that's where the timelines start getting real fucked up. Because she's like, son, you can't do this. Like she's the uncoverer, perhaps.
Like she was fine with a lot of greedy shenanigans, but there's a line that was crossed.
Yeah.
That she
legitimately doesn't know because she was a scientist, right? So her son becomes like, just he's a guy like, doing, he's working in, corporate ecology and stuff. So she thinks he's doing it, but then she uncovers oh no.
This mean that Lee Min-ho is Kim Nam-gil's son?
Possibly. That could be like the big mystery. Like that. Listen, we can make this the most
timeline.
Or like his nephew or something.
Yeah. Or okay. That way, if we want to have that, we do need to add another male character in the past who's also vying for attention. So you can never quite know up until the very end where who knows who it is, the twist ending, who's actually Lee Min-ho's dad. And we're just so there's a second guy in the past that's also possibly the father. And so then that adds an element of pathos to Kim Nam-gil's character, where he knows that Lee Min-ho is evil, but also knows that might be my son, that I don't know if that is my son yet. And can I kill my own son who doesn't know who I am, and I don't know if he's my son. It makes it real. Listen, this is real mock-jang good times that we're dealing with right here. We just added a very complicated possibility. Because we can just make both of these possibilities like dead in the future, right? So it's like, who is it? Who might it be? Then just put that out there. We could not.
I was cool with it.
So okay, if that's what we're doing, then we need to add a second scientist in the past
that looks kind of like Lee Min-ho.
Yeah, that could, like it could be, like. So, should we should we let the dice decide?
Do we?
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
Because we can. Let me pull up the right one. Let me take away.
Just so many
Okay, so who is going to be Lee Min-ho's father? And if it turns out to be Lee Min-ho, we gotta reroll. All right, 10. 10? Did we already pick this one? Oh. Okay, obviously that's not 1. All right, who is number 1? Okay. All right. Okay, dice, we get it. 13. Okay, Jesus. This can move in. I'm gonna lose my mind.
Son
Cook.
Beautiful.
You know
what? My God, this is so perfect for Jackson.
Right? And he could be, he doesn't even have to be a main character. He's just kind of there, and like in the future, she wound up with him kind of thing.
Yes, don't worry. I will make a entire. Do not worry. I will
make sure you're on our Discord because we will be posting like all the posters and things and the character relationship stuff.
Yeah. Worry not. The graphics will exist on the Discord, which you should definitely go join. I will actually put a link in chat to that.
It is a sci-fi, so confusing is works.
You don't want to make it confusing.
And it's a Korean sci-fi with time travel. It doesn't need to actually all make sense. At the end, you can be like, wait a minute. Weren't these things that never connected? That's fine. It's fine. Sometimes you're going to watch a drama like that where you're going to go, wait a minute. That thing in episode 4 never came back. Yeah.
Even though 20 episodes is a long time, like it's one thing when Western side you have multiple seasons to really tease out all the whatever. If you're really dealing with 20 episodes and done, that's all you get. So when you're doing elaborate sci-fi, you just have to accept some stuff like this is what it is.
And sometimes, K-dramas, usually they're writing it as they're filming it kind of thing and as it goes. So then, like, if fans are really angry about something, they might go, okay, we're trashing that line and we're just doing something different because people are furious about this. And so we're just getting rid of it and moving forward, or whatever. So sometimes not.
We won't be doing that though. Stay mad, fans. Stay mad. We want it to hurt.
Well, it probably would be pre-produced because there would probably be some.
There is a lot going on here. One would hope.
Sci-fi effects and stuff.
Because when they don't pre-produce something like this, it turns out bad. You wind up with, chandeliers that aren't there or whatever. Bonkers.
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, I think we did it again.
Should we do like a summary of this full story, like kind of how we did? Or can we?
Kind
of how we did last time. I think that's like the best. So
Okay.
If someone really needs just the condensed story.
All right. I think so. We're presented with Kim Nam-gil, our main character. Okay, he is a scientist, an ecologist of some sort, studying erosion on Jeju Island. His coworker, who we think works in fish science. I know there's an actual word for fish science, but I don't know what that word is Jung So-min. And they dated off and on. There's still like a little bit of a spark there, but like they don't know. Sometimes people, even if you love them, like they're not the right person for you, and they're still figuring that out. Meanwhile, there's a mystical being who is basically has a time travel sci-fi situation, a wormhole, shall we say. I think that's the easiest way to say it. Okay. Who then sends Kim Nam-gil to the future, where he meets Kim Woo-bin, a very handsome gay scientist who is working with Lee Min-ho, who runs a corporation that is trying to solve, the massive ecological problems that had begun in the past and are now a huge issue. But we very slowly find out that Lee Min-ho his company is causing much of this ecological damage. Lee Min-ho then discovers, with the help of his secretary, Kim Young-ho, no, wrong name, Kim Ok-bin, thank you, that there is this time travel device. So every time Kim Nam-gil travels back and forth to try to solve the problems in the past before they become even bigger problems in the future, he just ends up making it worse, because that's how things go on. And he's been blaming himself while slowly falling in love with Kim Woo-bin and sort of falling out of love with Jung So-min. There's also a second male character who's interested in Jung So-min, played by So In-guk. Classic. And that's just happening. And so then at the 16 episode point, you meet a bunch of other people. There's other scientists. We have a throuple in town with the scientist, Kengyo here, and then Kevin and her. They're a married couple, and that's their
so roommate. why at episode 16 are we meeting the throuple?
No. This is we already met them. I just said, and by the way, they also are a big part.
BT
like,
dubs.
Good friends. BT dubs. Yeah. But in episode 16 is the real turn. Like we have a lot of back and forth, and then like the love developing. Okay, and then it all starts to go wrong real bad. And episode 16 is where it really goes wrong, because our evil fella here murders his own mother for trying to stop him from doing his evil deeds, and sends her back in the past when you find out she is Jung So-min. Okay. Then he's now So now Kim Nam-gil is at a loss whether this is his own son, and in order to save both the past and the future, knows that he has to be dealt with, possibly with a final solution, if you get my drift. Okay. Meanwhile, all this pollution, I believe we may have mentioned, is causing Kim Woo-bin to die, maybe? He's tragically, terminally ill. Well, I believe we mentioned that.
Yeah, like I figured there'd be like a sacrificial, but you don't have to. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's lovely.
Where in a epic situation, Kim Woo-bin dies instead of Kim Nam-gil at Lee Min-ho's hands. Okay, but then since Kim Nam-gil keeps being able to travel to the past, but still doesn't know that evil dude also can as well. He tries to change the outcome of this tragic thing, which all leads to the situation where he has to which is told by our young little shaman god character at a little local temple, that he has to either choose between saving the man he loves or saving everyone else. And tragic romance.
Tragic.
I think that pretty much covered. And the title of this, Erosion. Because his life is eroding, as does Jeju Island.
Perfect.
Love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We did it.
This seems like it would be like a really good book, guys.
It would be a very expensive show.
Yeah, it would be an incredibly expensive
especially
show.
20 episodes with this.
Yeah.
Sci-fi? Ooh.
We
I
saw
feel like it would be an incredibly good book. Who knows? Maybe it will be.
Maybe.
Who knows? We don't know. We don't know what we're up to. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it.
No.
Yeah.
That was a wild time we just had.
Yeah.
That was a wild ride.
Oh. Woo!
I enjoyed it.
Brains. Yeah, that was a good one.
I mean, yeah.
So sometime next week on the Discord, I will be putting up. I always make posters and relationship charts to try to like keep things in track, and I will be including some of our things. Well, I try to include most of the things we talked about, but like I'm only one woman. Okay, I can only remember so. I'm only one woman with attention deficit disorder. I can only remember so much. I think this was another banger, guys.
Yeah.
The dice have been kind once more.
The dice have been gay once more.
always. I maybe I should get a new set of dice.
Less gay set.
A less gay set. Like, listen, we all love it. We all love it. Okay, all of us do love it, but I feel like
gotta give something to the heads.
Yeah, we got it at some point. But you know, there is one last thing that we have to do before we leave.
Okay.
Change
our actors.
Let's change our actors. Okay. So we need 2 new actors to take out, because we're taking out Kim Woo Bin and Kim Nam Gil, sadly. So
I think earlier Namju Hyuk was mentioned. We could add him in.
No, he's in. He's number 11.
Oh, he is there. Yep, he is.
Yeah. That's why I pulled this up so we can all look at it.
Oh gosh.
We've really got, you know, we got them all.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have Woo Da Hwan on there, or have we? We haven't used him, right?
No.
Oh.
So,
yeah, I don't think we've had him.
Hwan. Nope, I spelled that wrong. What about?
And what about like Kim Rae Won?
I was literally just about to say Kim Rae Won. All right. And Lee Min Ho gets to stay because he hasn't been the romantic lead yet. So
And so does So and
stay. Yeah, So and Gook also gets to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do need to change Jung So Min, right?
Right.
Or yeah, because
I feel like she was
secondary
main enough that she's pretty.
She was
main
enough.
I think we need to.
And also, I forgot to take out
and
Song
also
Hye
Song
Kyo.
Hye-kyo.
So.
And what about Kim Sol-gi? Shouldn't we probably take her off the list because of last time?
No, but she was the villain last time. She didn't.
Okay.
She wasn't the main character.
Okay.
So we're good. The villains get to stay. They get to stay to possibly be heroes.
Well, I guess we have been talking about Isam and just come on.
Yeah.
And then we need one more lady.
Have we had Ida Hey?
Ida He?
That's the one.
All right.
Did we?
I don't know. Like I'm trying to.
No.
Feels
okay.
I don't think so.
Perfect. All right. This has been another roll for. I think this was a good one, guys. This was a very. We went on a very complicated journey together.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
It was all very wild.
I'm checking the Lee Da-hee thing. Yeah. Not on the main.
Maybe on like an episode.
Yeah, I think we
probably
both ran to something else in the past.
But that was before the dice got involved.
Right.
So thank you everyone for coming.
This was fun.
Yeah.
She's in there. I believe. But so thank you all for coming. This was super fun, as always. And I'm not sure when our next Roll for Drama is. It's usually once a month, but next month is a little funky. So
we'll see. We'll post it on Discord.
Yeah, it'll be on the Discord. So that's where all the information is, and because Twitter cannot be trusted these days.
Social medias are special these days.
Twitter definitely can't.
We post there. We do post there, but just saying.
But we are also on all the ones. We're even on Blue Sky or Threads. If you are also
we do
there.
exist. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, no worries, your internet. It's not your. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So anyway, we hope you have a fantastic time, and we will see you next live stream that we do. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.